Krystal Hutchinson, and this is my informative speech.
And I'm Katie.
I'm Chelsea.
And I'm Shatika.
Priscilla.
And Dave.
The most dangerous female sport, cheerleading and proper techniques. There are many logical reasons why cheerleading is dangerous. Any sport involving height and motion raises the risk of catastrophic injury. Catastrophic injury can be defined as any injury performed or that happens to a participant while participating in a sport. Cheerleading involves height when stunning and motion when tumbling, which raises this risk of catastrophic injury. An update to the record found that between the years of 1982 and 2008, cheerleading accounted for 65.2% of high school and 70.5% of college catastrophic injuries among all female sports. Anybody who's been to a cheerleading competition would not be shocked to learn that 60% of injuries have came from stunning. An examination of data from 2006 and 2007 showed that 96% of concussions were from stunts. Here are some guidelines to follow while stunning to help avoid injury. First of all, you should be on a mat, a cheerleading mat, in case something goes wrong and the cheerleader falls. It won't hurt as bad if they fall on a mat. Second, you want extra spotters around the stunt group to catch this flyer in case she falls out of the air. Next, you should know that a stunt group is made up of 4 people, 2 bases, 1 flyer, and 1 back spot. The bases should face one another and go through the counts all at the same time before putting the flyer in the air to make sure everybody's on the right count and marking it correctly. And whenever they do this correctly, it's safe to put this flyer in the stunt and perform the stunt how they will do it. In order to obtain high points in cheerleading competitions, cheerleaders have to perform difficult tumbling passes. Researchers have found cheerleaders from between the ages of 6 and 11 years old have a higher chance of fractures and dislocations, and cheerleaders between 12 and 17 have sprains and strains. Common injuries are from the neck, spine, knee, ankles, and wrist. Sarah Fitz, a senior cheerleading captain at Dodge County High School, reported in her interview that one day when she was trying to complete a difficult tumbling pass, which was a round-off back handspring layout, she landed slightly wrong, causing her to tear her ACL in her knee and her meniscus in her knee. These 2 injuries caused her to undergo 3 surgeries. Cheerleaders, other than competition cheerleaders, perform on floors for a totally different sport. Such as basketball cheerleaders, they have to perform around a basketball court, which is a hard floor, and if the cheerleader is stunning on that hard floor and something goes wrong, the cheerleader can fall and damage or break her back or anything of that extent. And cheerleaders who are performing around a football field, they may slip on the slippery grass and get hurt that way. Also, it's dangerous because you're cheerleading around a game that's being played, and the hustling players may come in and knock the cheerleader, which could get injured that way. You may ask, so what if cheerleading is so dangerous? Why have it around? Well, cheerleading has a lot to do with everything. Football games and basketball games wouldn't be as fun or exciting, or the football players may not perform as well if the cheerleaders weren't around to cheer them on. So there's no reason to admit cheerleading because it's so dangerous, but just to perform proper techniques. If we refer to our visual aid here, you can see a cheerleader who is showing us how to demonstrate a back handspring properly. First, she is standing, sitting, and as she feels like she's falling out, she springs for her feet and lands on her hands and then lands on her feet and standing up again. That's a proper way to do a back handspring. Here we see a proper way to do a stunt. This is a pyramid. This is how they should look. Here we see a girl at a basketball game who has been injured because she fell on the hard floor. Here we see me doing a back tuck. I've got injured in this way because after I completed my back tuck, I landed it correctly, but I sprung forward. The momentum made me hit my hands on the ground really hard, and I broke my finger. Here we see my graph, my little pie chart, saying that tumbles have caused 35% of injuries in cheerleading, and stunts have caused 60% of injuries in cheerleading. And I hope you learned everything you wanted to learn on my informative speech, and thank you very much.